Hello everybody and welcome back to Review Channel. As promised, I have another review. I am doing another TV show. It's not going to be in the same category as last time, but it is technically in the same category as last time. Are y'all ready for it? Drum roll please. Yellowstone. So today I will be reviewing the show Yellowstone. Now I have a lot of opinions about this show. Yeah, I might not like this opinions, but I have a lot of opinions. But also, I'm not gonna do any side characters. I'm just gonna do the main characters and what the show is really about. So those characters, yeah, but like any side characters, they're gonna be on honorable mentions. So first we have Rip and John. First, the head of the show, we're gonna go with John Dutton. He is the father of all of his children. He is the head. He is the man of the show for real. I liked him to a point. Like the things he should have done, he didn't do, and the things he did, he shouldn't have done. If that makes sense. He shouldn't have babied Jamie. I don't like the way he babied Jamie, and Jamie just felt entitled because of the way he was. He just feels so entitled, and I didn't like that. But he did good with all of his other children. Well, Casey, he tried to mold Casey into being him, but that didn't work. We already seen how that didn't work. And Beth, she was probably the favorite of mine because she did what the men didn't. Like she did what the men couldn't, and I feel like the way he was molding Casey, he should have molded Beth into being the head of the household. Next is Rip. I loved Rip. He he was the second man of the show. Really, I don't like the way John treated him at times because he Rip had John's back for the very longest time, and when he had asked Rip to step down and have Casey take the reins, I didn't like that because Rip has been running the show. He's been doing that for quite some time. So to tell somebody that's been doing something, their job great, mind you, great for years, to step down and have your son take over, it's outrageous. He should have left that to Rip and not Casey because Casey did not have the guts for it, and we all knew that. Next, we have Beth. Beth and Rip. I love Beth. Beth was a badass. But her and Rip's relationship, I love their relationship. I wish they would have had their cabin, but sadly it burnt down. But I love their relationship. I love the way she handled her business. One thing I didn't like, one thing I really hated was her and Jamie. Like I feel like Jamie should have been dead seasons ago. Seasons ago, he should have been dead. I didn't like the way he treated his family. He always took everybody else's side over his family. And I was just tired of Jamie. And I didn't like him. So all of those threats she made against him, I feel like John would have still been alive if Jamie would have died a while ago. Jamie was supposed to have been dead, but he's still alive. And he ended up getting John before John. I didn't do it. John didn't have the guts to kill him. Beth had the guts to kill him. Beth should have been killed him. Everybody was like, "Oh, it's for our father. It's for our father." Well, he should have died for their father. He definitely should have died. And yeah, I just feel like he should have died. And everybody just babysat him. But there was a grown man, and that grown man knew what he was doing. And he got his father killed. And I blame Beth. So I don't blame Beth, but I feel like he should have been gone before John. And that's just how I feel. Monica, I loved Monica. She was good for Casey. She was definitely good for Casey. And she held his head on his shoulders. And she pushed when she shouldn't have, and she pulled back when she should have pulled back. So I loved Monica for Casey because one, she's beautiful. She's definitely beautiful. But she also kept his head on his shoulders. and kept him as a family man. She literally helped him from being his father, and I like that about her. She also um she had boundaries. She definitely had boundaries, and I like the fact that she stood by him even when he was wrong. But when he was wrong, she definitely checked him for it. So I like how she was good for Casey. Now Casey had a hard time choosing between his family and uh his past family, like his wife and his kid and and his father and his siblings. He had a difficult time choosing between those two paths, and I feel that at the end he really started to speak up for himself and show his true self instead of just following his father's footsteps. He had he had him. He seen himself. So at the end of the show, I really liked the way Casey turned out. I liked the family man Casey, the way he held the household down. I like that for him. But part of me did want to see him back at the ranch. So I'm glad that the show showed him actually going back to the ranch. So I'm glad I got to see that part of him. But also I really liked the way that he changed throughout the show. Jamie is the man to hate. Is the man to hate. I know when he was little or whatever, his father babied him and spoiled him, but he's a grown man. I know, but his father gave him what he is now. His lawyer, his father gave him that. His father gave him that, and he just felt entitled to more. He wanted more, and when he got more, he turned his back on who made him. He turned his back on who made him. I felt like he was getting big. He was trying to feel like he was bigger than the program, and he wasn't bigger than the program. His dad made him. His dad could have took it away, and he took it away. So I feel like Jamie, he was feeling entitled to something that wasn't his to be entitled to, and for him to do that to his own dad, I get that he don't like him, but they could have not liked each other. He didn't have to kill him. That's just what it is. He didn't have to kill him. Even though he swears he didn't know that she was going to do that, but reading between the lines, he knew. Next we have Thomas Rainwater. I did not like Thomas Rainwater. I like Thomas Rainwater because him and Dutton wanted the same thing. Not did I say Dutton? What's his name? Him and John wanting the same thing, but they wanted two different things for that same thing. And at the end, he got it. At the end, he got the Yellowstone Ranch, and I like that. Even though he didn't like John Dutton, he ended up respecting John Dutton, something his son didn't do. He ended up respecting him, and in the end, it turned out great for him. In the end, it turned out great because he initially got it what he wanted. His people was happy, everybody was happy, so I liked him. I really at the beginning of the show, I feel as though he was trying to communicate with John in a way that John didn't understand, but then once he started to understand John and started to actually hang around him, he understood. So I'm glad that the Yellowstone Ranch was handed over to Thomas because I know that he was probably the only person that would have kept his word to the land. Lloyd, Lloyd, he's one of the cowboys that I actually put in here because of the things he did for John. Now, in the midst of finding the new leadership when Casey was taking over and then they put it back on Rib, in the midst of all of that, and then there's a little in the midst of all of that, I just feel like he wanted to rise up to the top. He wanted to rise and be head cowboy, but he knew in his heart that he couldn't be head cowboy. So he stepped back, but in the midst of trying to be the head, it was a lot of head butting, him doing stuff he shouldn't have been doing. So, but at the end, he ended up getting it together. So, boy, thank you for that because I liked you, and I did not want to see you dead in the show. Now we have our honorable mention, Stan Jenkins, which helped a lot. Him and Beth got together a lot and did something. Linnell Perry, him and Linnell, John Glenn and Linnell, I felt were a great couple, and they should have been a couple. Tate Dutton is Casey's and Monica's child, and then we have the Cowboys and Cowgirls honorable mentions. That is all for today, you guys. See you next time on the Review It channel.